Hello everyone, this is Kushagra. Welcome to our YouTube channel DevTown. If you like the content, do like, share and subscribe to our channel. So you'll be seeing a series of videos required for you to get a good understanding of web development. So our today's topic is basically a detailed description of body tag. What all tags do we put in the body tag? How do we proceed with designing of our website, and such related topics we would be seeing in today's video. In the previous video, we have talked about the detailed description of the head tag, what is meta tag, what is title tag, how to add a description, keywords and all other things. So if you have not watched my previous video, do watch that, because all the informations and the knowledge which I have given in the previous video would be required in the current video. I would be pasting the link in the description as well. Do watch it. So let's start without wasting the time. So let me just quickly create an file. If you don't know how to use the VS Code, I have also made a detailed video on that as well. Do watch that as well. So let me just quickly create a HTML file, index.tohtml. So this is the let me just add dot before this. Yeah, so my index HTML file is generated. Let me just quickly add a boilerplate code of the HTML. So yeah, I've gone through the previous videos comment section. So students were asking what is image. So let me just quickly tell you what is image. So let go to your Google and search for image. So you will be seeing Emmet is a set of plugins for text editor that allows high-speed coding and editing in HTML. Emmet is nothing but a plugin, students, that come pre-installed with your VS Code and helps you to generate the code or the generate boilerplate code automatically, or the tasks that are done repeatedly while coding. These kinds of tasks can be automated with the help of an image. So it's nothing but just a basic plugin that comes pre-installed, but it is very powerful. I would be telling you in the video like what is the basic power of the image. So let me just quickly do image and press enter. Yeah, as you can see, the HTML boilerplate code is generated, and as you can see, the char set which we are using is UTF-8, and I've explained what is the viewport and all other things. So let me just quickly change the title, that is body tag paragraph tag and your and heading tag. So this would be the title. Let me just make this body as be capital. So let me just quickly open it with live server. As you can see, our title is body tag, paragraph tag and heading tag, and there is nothing on our window because we have not worked or put anything in the body tag. So let me just quickly add something in the body tag. So the first thing that we would be adding is a heading. So let me just add a h1 tag. So h1 tag is basically used to add a heading. So let me just add a heading as DevTown. So this is the heading that I've given, and let me just add a paragraph. So DevTown is a very good YouTube channel. So this is the paragraph. So if you want to add a heading, so you will be using a h1 tag, and if you want to add a paragraph, you will be using p tag. So let me just quickly shoot back. As you can see, the heading is there, DevTown, and the paragraph which we have written, DevTown is a very good channel, is showing on the window, on your browser window. So let me just quickly tell you like how to add different kinds of headings and what is h1 tag in detail basically. So as you can see, these all are the tag, students. So a tag has an opening tag and a closing tag. So this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. The basic difference is that in the closing tag we add this forward slash as well, and in the opening tag we don't add this forward slash. So make sure that you add an opening tag as well as closing tag. If you will not add a closing tag, students generally forgot to add a closing tag, so you will be getting an error if you will not add a closing tag. So basically there are 6 heading tags. So let me just quickly tell you. Let me just copy paste this. So let me just quickly add h2, h2, h3, h3, h4, h4, h5, h5, and finally h6. So basically there are 6 heading tags and they vary in the size. So let me just show you how they vary. So as you can see, the first one is the biggest and the last one is the smallest. So as you can see how the heading tag vary in the size. So for particular heading and then giving for subheadings, you can use these kind of an heading tag, but make sure as a good programming practice you should add only one h1 tag, and then you can add a subheading. For subheading you can use h2 tag, and then to add subheading, inside the subheading you should use h3 tag. So that's how it goes on. If you are a good programmer, you should follow this practice only. You can't use two h1 tag in a one HTML page. That is not a good programming practice, but definitely if you will use this you will get an output, but that is not a good programming practice which programmer should follow. So let me just now tell you the power of the emit. So this is the how do we write a dummy tag. So this was just the basic that I've written. So if you want to add a dummy tag, you will just go and Google it and copy paste it, or you will do this kind of a thing, which is not good thing. We should not do these kind of a thing. So there is one powerful thing that is there in the VS Code with the help of an emit, that is your lorem. So let me tell you what is lorem. So if you want to add a dummy text or any kind of a dummy thing into your website whenever you are creating it, so you can use this lorem. So let me just give lorem 4 and press enter. So as you can see, this lorem has given me a one sentence that is a 4 word. So lorem is basically used to generate your dummy text, and you can use lorem like lorem 20, it will give you 20 words, and in the similar way you can use lorem 100, that will give you dummy tag. So now as you can see, the students I have to every time scroll, like this kind of a thing is happening. So this is extending my screen. So how to do it? You can press alt and z and this thing will be vanished. So this will come like this in the one particular window. You don't need to scroll it every time. You can toggle it by pressing alt and z. Alt, as you can see, alt and z. So whenever you will press alt plus z, you will see this kind of a thing, paragraph horizontal bar. But if you want to see everything into your one window, you can press alt plus z again. So let me just quickly shift back towards my browser, and as you can see, this lorem, this is a paragraph which I have added, and this is the dummy text that I have generated with the help of an lorem. So let me just quickly move ahead and tell you. Suppose now if you want to add a same tag again and again, say if you want to add a 10 paragraph tag, so you will type like this all the time, like paragraph, and you would be pressing enter, and then paragraph, and then again, then paragraph, and then again, like this. So it's a very tedious task. So emit also has one shortcut for this as well. So if you want to generate a 10 paragraph tag, you can just type p and then star and then type 10 and press enter. As you can see, our 10 paragraph tags are ready. So this is the power of basically emit. Emit is a very powerful plugin that helps the coder to code easily. So as you can see, emit has generated the 10 paragraph tags for us, so which would be otherwise very tedious to do it all the time. So let me just quickly remove this and add a there is one more thing. Suppose if I add an opening angular bracket and just type p and then close it, as you can see, the closing tag was automatically generated by the VS Code. VS Code is an intelligent software which is intelligent enough to think or to check what the user is typing and just automate the task of the user. So that's why VS Code is widely used by the programmer. It's a very powerful software, and it is also recommended for the coders as well, for beginners as well as those who are professional. So that's why the VS Code is very famous. So let me just quickly add 3 more paragraph tags. So let me just use this and add 3. So let me just type first, second, and third. So let me just quickly shift back towards my browser. As you can see, the paragraph is coming. So this is the all about the paragraph. So let me just add a break, like let me just change the line. So let me just press enter, and like this, let me just turn off, this is the second line. So now you would be thinking that this first would be coming in the first line, and this is the second line would be coming in the second line. So let me just shift back towards the browser. As you can see, the whole sentence, like first this is the second line, is coming in one line. So let me just quickly shift back and add few more lines. Let me just shift like this and press enter. Now still let me just refresh the page, but there is no break as I have already generated. Like as you can see, there is a lot of lines in between, but there is no line break in my window. So now you would be thinking like there is some issues or problem, but there is no issue, everything is working fine. That's how the HTML work. HTML basically ignores the empty line or the empty space which you are giving. So if you would be giving a lot of empty space into your code, your line would not be changing, and HTML will just simply ignore those lines. So let me just quickly shift back. And if you want to generate a line or a break, you have to use the break tag. So let me just quickly add a break tag. So this is the break tag, and as you can see, now the line is changed. First is coming in the first line, and this is the second line is coming in the second line. So if you want to add a few more break if you want to add a few more lines, you have to add a few more break tags. Let me just quickly add that. Let me just copy it and add it. As you can see, there is few empty lines which is there between the first and this is the second line. So that's how you break the line, but using break for breaking the line is not a good programming practice. I would be telling you in the further videos like what is the proper thing that we use for breaking a line. This is not a good programming practice that a coder should follow. And now let me just tell you like how to use a strong and your emphasize tag. So let me just create one more paragraph tag. Let me just create, and let me just put a strong tag inside this. So this is the strong. So let me just see. As you can see, the last line, like this is the strong, is coming in bold. So if you want to make any content bold, you can use the strong tag as well. And let me just quickly tell you the emphasize as well. So if you want to make any kind of a text italics, you can use em tag. Em stands for emphasize. So let me just type this is emphasized. So as you can see, this is emphasized is coming in italics. So let me just quickly so this is all about the strong tag and the emphasize tag, but this was added in the HTML5. Before the HTML5, we also use the bold and italic tags, which work similar as strong and your emphasize. So if you want to make any text bold, this is bold. let me just shift back. So as you can see, this is also making the text bold, but this is also making text bold. So but it is not recommended after the invention or the after the launch of the HTML5. It is recommended that you should use strong instead of bold, and for emphasize there was an italic tag. Like in HTML4 we use italic, so this is italic. Let me just show you. As you can see, this is italic, is coming in italic. So if you want to make any text italic, you should use emphasize, and if you want to make any text bold, you should use strong tag. It is this bold and italic was just for your information. Like in the before HTML5 we use this bold and italic tag, and it is still there, but it is not a good programming practice, that bold and italic check, because the strong and emphasize is more better thing that is understood by the browser. So you should use strong and emphasize instead of bold and italic. Now let me just tell you, and yeah, one more thing. As you can see, this br tag is not having a closing tag. So now you would be thinking like, there is something mistake, or sir has not written the closing tag, or sir forgot to add a closing tag. But it's not like that, students. So there are some tags in the HTML, that is your image tag or your HR tag. Let me just quickly add HR. So these are the tags that are self-closing tag in the HTML. So you don't need to add a closing tag for that. They are self-closing as well. So as you can see in the H1 tag, it's like they have the opening as well as the closing, but these tags are not having the closing tag. So that's all about the self-closing tag. And let me just quickly tell you how to add a horizontal line as well. If you want to add a line, like let me add a line over here. So if to add a line, you need to add a HR tag. HR stands for horizontal roll. Let me just quickly close it. As you can see, there is one horizontal line which is added after the paragraph. So let me just quickly tell you. Let me just give a comment, just a second, to add a dummy text. Use lorem, for example lorem 24 will generate a dummy text with 24 words. So let me just quickly comment this. As you can see, so I've commented it. I've given the dummy text as well, like a detailed description if you forgot. And let me just give a description over here as well. So there are some self closing tag in the HTML which are not to be closed. They are self closing. So this was like BR, HR, image tag, and let me just give one more thing as well over here. Let me just quickly add 3 paragraph tags, and let me just give a comment. If you want to add add 4 or 5 tags of same type, you can do it with the help of emit like p4. So this is all about the today student. So as you can see, I've explained how do we go with the body tag and what is h1, what is paragraph, and what is empathize, and what is your br hr. So that's all for the today. Thank you.